Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today I'm going to do a very quick review on my 5 worst Stephen King novels. I'm going to start it out with Rose Madder, a book that starts good, actually, and it's about a woman named Rosie that finds a mysterious painting, and she steps into the painting, into another world. And that actually might sound interesting, and it is, but inside the painting it goes really silly and strangely bad. She meets a woman whose baby's been kidnapped, and she wants Rosie to help her to get her baby back. And in return, this mysterious woman in the painting will help Rosie to get revenge on her husband and make him go away. It is so horrible because of how stupid it was. Stephen King's Cell is a post-apocalyptic novel where people are answering their cell phones one day and they go crazy because of these signals that are coming through the cell phones. Except for our 5 heroes in this novel, obviously. The ones that go crazy in the way that they start killing other people. So our 5 heroes go on an interstate quest to find safety and be able to mount a defense to fight these people off and try to figure out ultimately what is really happening. The plot develops so slowly in this novel. The characters are just like, who cares? They're not well developed. I just didn't care. I really wanted to kind of get an answer in this novel at the end to see what was going on, but it was so bad I couldn't finish it. You can see that I almost made it to the end of the book. So bad, I just couldn't go any further. And it was because of the slow development of the plot. Stephen King's Dreamcatcher is a space alien novel. And it starts out good as well. It's about 5 friends. One of them is autistic. His name is Duddits. And he has a telepathic ability. He does a lot of strange things. He can just do all this weird stuff. And it happens in this novel that space aliens come in just before the halfway point. And it's kind of an apocalyptic thing as well. The space aliens show up. There's a government conspiracy. The aliens try to kill everyone. I finished this novel, but it was bad in the way that it was just so dumb and horrible that it was painful to read it. You know, Stephen King, I believe, acknowledges that this novel is not very good. It was bad in the way that it was just, who cares? It was so slow going, and you were just wanting something to happen in this one, something big, and it didn't happen. It didn't even come close to happening. Stephen King's Sleeping Beauties. This was another one that I didn't finish, that I actually got pretty close. I actually made it 458 pages into this novel before I stopped. This one is about a very strange woman that shows up in a town named Eve. And Eve kills a couple people in a meth house right off the bat. She's a badass, and she's ultimately taken into custody. She has a really paranormal capability. Also in this novel, women around the world start to get webbing that comes over their face, and very shortly after, it's a cocoon, and they fall unconscious. And women all around the world are falling unconscious, and it's become a big scare. Well, it happens so that Eve is some kind of prophet that's come, and she knows something about this. You see, Eve believes that all the problems in the world are caused by men, and I didn't make it any further. You see, you want to kind of figure out what's happening with this, but it's developing so slowly. This is the novel that I've tried to read that developed the slowest. I'm telling you, I read 458 pages. The amount of material could have been covered in 50 pages. It was that slow. It was so horrible, I just couldn't do it. The final one here is Stephen King's Outsider. I just got this one, actually. It's pretty new. I borrowed it from the library, and it really starts well. It starts with a very unique crime that's happened where a man, his DNA has come up in a murder, and a lot of other evidence, eyewitnesses and everything else, are pinning him on this murder, but he happens to have a really good alibi. He is on television at the time, actually. So it's like, how could he commit the murder, right? He was on television, and he has all these other witnesses that are saying he was with them, and it's a really unique plot, okay? But the reason that this novel is bad, and the reason that I didn't finish it and I came so close, was because it wasn't a human that was doing these murders. The reason that it didn't add up was because it was the Skin Man, a paranormal being. And that killed it for me. Had it been an intelligent killer that set up this whole thing, as a human. It would have been cool. It would have been a cool crime novel. But it wasn't a cool crime novel because it was, you know, a being with paranormal powers. So it's like, who cares, right? It was nothing special to begin with. Those are my 5 worst Stephen King novels. I am on a quest to read them all, and I've read a bunch of them now. Check back in with me for future book reviews. Please subscribe. If you made it this far through this rant of mine, please subscribe to me. It would mean a lot going forward with future book reviews.